Every young neighborhood, aka B, blesses everyone. Hey, so look, mothers, and fathers, grandparents, and all that. When I say, let me give you earthly term, you know what I mean? Let me bring it down a little bit. When I say, if you don't ever think that having a roof over that they're ungrateful, like having a roof over their head, and, you know what I'm saying, and toys and stuff like that. Like, that's great, but those things pass away. Our life is like a vapor, like, you know what I'm saying. And I think you should see that by now too. You know what I mean? You had the card, and now you don't. You know what I'm saying? You had this, now you don't. You was at that job last year, not this year. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You're pregnant and without a job right now or whatever, on paternity leave, maternity. You know what I mean? Things like that. So last year you wasn't pregnant. This year you are. You know what I mean? Last year you was pregnant. This year you got the kid. You know what I'm saying? So you know, fellas, just fill in the blank. You was a mechanic, now you're an electrician. I mean, IT tech. You know what I'm saying? This year. So with that being said, don't ever think that giving physically is the same as giving spiritually. What do you mean by that? Spiritually, your spirit is connected to your soul. So mind, emotions, don't be unemotionally available. And if you are, then I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? It's okay to say you struggle with that. You know what I mean? Don't just assume that you're not. A lot of times we don't know exactly how we looking. You get what I'm saying? To somebody come and say, like, one of the worst things is, right, you got something on your lip and nobody's saying nothing, but you tell them. You get what I'm saying? But they just let you walk around with some sauce just right here. You get what I'm saying? Especially us fellas, we got mustaches right now. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like stuff's connected, But what I'm saying is this. Don't ever take for granted. In your eyes, you think it's small. I'll just give him a PSP. Let his friend go hang out with his friends. No, they need to hang out with you. God. We have to take the example of God. God constantly dwells with us. Now, I know you have to leave him. Maybe not forsake him, but you have to leave him, go to work and school and all that. But like, ask God for some strength and some extra grace. You know what I mean? Like, to spend an hour with him, you know what I mean? Just talking, you know what I mean? Toys, that's fine, but just really talking to him about some deep stuff, and ask God to lead your conversation. We all know that, at certain ages, they can only take so much. But like, for me, I didn't care so much about what my parents got me physically. I'm just, by example, don't ever take for granted some encouragement, giving your kids some encouragement or taking accountability, leading by example.